Hello all, this is Gala, and I'm going to be showing you a little thing I've been working on in my school. I'm taking a class called Computer Programming, and this is started off as a lab that's Lab 19 in Unit 2. And what I did was I basically extended it to my knowledge capability, and I could probably go farther, but I was implementing a lot of different things. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So as you can see, there's two different balls, and unfortunately, there we go. So as you can see, I have a timer. Here, I'll move it into the middle. I have a timer that's counting up. I have a count for the orange ball, which is O count, as you can see, and it's destroying blue. The blue count, or B count, is really low, as you can see. And so, as you can see just by watching, as the orange one hits the blue, they seem to change direction and speed, and that's exactly what they do. And I'll show you a bit of the coding for this if anyone actually wants to see the coding that I did for any of the classes of it that I have. I can put them up I can PM them to you or whatever. I just don't feel like going through it all. So I'm just going to show you some main things. Let's close out of that. So as you can see, this is the driver, or what actually runs it. I have the J-frame, and this is what it's called. It's 400 pixels by 400 pixels. That's the X, and that's the Y. It's location 00, which is why it puts it in the top left corner. And it exits on close, and as you can see, and it uses the array panel, which I'll show you next. And as you can see, there's a lot of things in here. So as you can see, I won't go into these two classes unless you actually want me to. The ball, it has dx and dy, which means change in x over change of y, which allows it to move in different directions, and the polka dot just stays still. But oops. As you can see, there's a bunch of private fields. I won't really go into them too much. I have hits for I believe the blue one, and no, hits for the orange and touches for the blue, I believe. I don't remember. I have it all figured out. I have all the int x position, int y position figured out. It's randomly figured out. I have the ball being instantiated and the second ball being instantiated. As you can see, ball is orange. This one is blue, or the blue one. And then I have an array for my polka dots. And as you can see, it instantiates 300 polka dots. And so what it does, it will when the whole time, it's hard to explain this, the whole time there is 300 polka dots. So whenever a ball touches one, another one will be instantiated. So as you can see, the x and y of them is totally randomized. The array, it's saying that basically for each time that you hit one, it's being instantiated at a random x and y with a random diameter and color. So as you can see, d equals int math.random times 16 plus 10. So that would be 0 to 25.999, because math.random is 0 to 0.99 times 16 would be 0 to 15.999 plus 10, so 0 to 25. So in all, it's like 0 to 26 in a sense. And the color is also random, and as you can see, I have the 3 different variables. There's 1, 2, and 3. And then for each, there's a new frame every 5 milliseconds, basically. And as you can see, that's the timer. So then I have the paint component, I have the buffer to set the color of the background and to fill the background with the color. I have the ball moving frame, which means within the bounds of the frame, and the same thing with the ball. And then for the collide, I had to do 2 different collides, one for the ball and ball, and for when they touch, and I'll explain that in a bit. And then I have for all the arrays, for both balls have to interact with the arrays. So as you see, I have a collide with the first ball with the PD array and a second one with the second ball. And as you see, it means 300 times. So for all 300 ones, basically. And then you actually drawing them on the screen, and then you have to draw the PD arrays for all those times, so you have to have another for loop. So that I set the color to black for all the text, as you can see. I have the O count, which, yeah, the orange was hits and the blue ones were touches, as I had said earlier. And this is where all the magic happens to collide with this is with the first ball, so this one would be the orange. As you can see, it's as the ball's radius and the PDA's radius is greater than or equal to the diameter, and the diameter is the distance of the ball. Get x, ball dot get y, PD array dot get x, PD array dot get y, and then that'll basically make the whatever when it hits to jump, and then it will add to the orange one. And then I made one for the blue one, and it's pretty much the same thing except using ball one. And then I did one for the ball and ball, the two different ones. And this one, I had originally thought of making it so that when they collided, they would go different directions but at the same speed and everything, so it was just basically them colliding. But then I was like, oh, that's kind of boring. So I decided to actually completely make them just change. No collision where it's like they can go on. So that's why when you run it, sometimes they'll kind of seem to spaz on each other because they're changing direction, but they're changing direction onto each other. And they'll only separate when they have different kind of directions. And then I basically describe my distance. So I found this is the formula for the distance, and it's the square root times the power times x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So I just wanted to show you guys this. It's a really interesting thing. You can apply all of these kinds of things for other games. I'm in the process of making a snake game that will allow you, I'm going to even try to make a high score kind of thing, because we're even learning how to kind of type stuff in and have it be recorded. So I just wanted to show you guys this. If you have any suggestions of how to do this better, or any just suggestions period, leave any comments in the box below, and I hope you all enjoyed this.